The magic of the experience is a phrase that I got from a seminar an online seminar I watched a few weeks ago, actually a few months ago. And I was so moved by the magic of the experience. And it meant something to me. And I didn't know why at the moment, but I wrote it down and I took this note, put it on a Post-it, and I stuck it on one of my monitors. And I lived with it for a few months. And I often do stuff. I used to have all over my walls in my office, I used to have different sayings, different things so I could see them all the time, and it kind of impacts into your mind. And I came to realize that many of the past workshops and programs I've done had to do with improving the quality of life for not just the people who were attending, but the people who they affected. Zig Ziglar said, if you want to be wealthy, help as many people as you can to achieve that end, and you'll achieve it as well. And I think that goes with happiness, that goes with every aspect of your being. I used to work with wait staff and bartenders and waitresses. I had a program I put together about making better tips, and that was a very successful program. I did that a few years ago. And the upside is nothing ground shaking, nothing, there's a little bit of philosophy, a little bit of psychology that I give people that will help them. But the primary aspect of this whole thing has more to do with simple things that you expect, but you're not giving. Same thing in retail. It's funny. You think of the concept I have about the magic of the experience. Immediately, things like Disneyland, Disney World come to my mind. They are very careful. Characters disappear and reappear. The garbage, you never see the men come and pick up the garbage. It drops down into a shaft, and there's a complete underground city where all the garbage collection is taken care of, and things, all the supplies, everything is moved underground, so you do not see the people who are restocking the concession stands, restocking the souvenir shops. The characters, they come out of a doorway and, from an underground, area. They don't want to damage the magic of the experience. You've got the Apple Store. You've got, in my case, I see like places like Trader Joe's where the people are different. They're happy. You can talk to them. You can laugh with them. If you have a question, they will stop what they're doing and they'll go see. If something's not on the shelf, they'll say, "Let me go look." And then they'll go back, and if it's not in the back stock, then they'll check on the computer real quick and find out what the deal is, and they'll give you a status report. That happened to me just today, which makes me feel better about my experience. What I do for people is help them realize that magic of the experience. I have done projects in the past that were all about the magic of the experience. I didn't realize it at the time, but now in retrospect, that's what it's all about. To be successful, the quality of the magic and the quality of the experience is of the highest importance. And that's the one thing that people have neglected. People have forgotten all about that aspect of existence. You could walk right buy a room full of diamonds and probably not make the time to notice. And maybe they're not, maybe they're in the raw. Maybe they're not. But for some reason, we are missing life. Most people are miserable. They hate their jobs. They hate their lives. They are unhappy with their wives and their children and their car and their house. And there's so many aspects of their being. And, you may be listening to this and saying, Koko, there's no magic. Yeah, there's plenty of magic. Let me help you find your magic. Let me help you show others where their magic is, because you'll find that the more people that you share this with, the more likely you'll find it as well. And sometimes it's just a matter of just looking over there and saying, oh wow, there's a guy playing a violin. Oh wow, there's a street performer. Oh look, there's people singing. Maybe they're not crazy, maybe they're just having fun. Maybe you should go and see. Maybe you should join them. Maybe you shouldn't be afraid. We'll talk more about this.